And hello to all my Virgo friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for May 2023. Now today they've dialed up for my great Virgos a four-corner spread. And a four-corner spread is a great spread for general readings because it looks at those four main areas that people usually ask about in tarot anyways, which is your work corner, your financial corner, your love and family corner, and your health corner. We're going to take a stroll through all four of them, guys, and they've asked that I conclude your reading with something very special that I don't get to do it very much. I don't see it very often, so let's just call it rare. And this is a yes or a no spread. Spirit is going to answer questions for Virgos, as many of them as possible, in the form of context by the end of the reading. And the reason I need to tell you about it right now is you need to start thinking about what your question is. It needs to be a yes or no question. Spirit's going to do their best to get to as many Virgos as possible. And the reason you need to start thinking about it now is so I can answer it by the end. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, you already recorded this before I thought about it, so that's not possible. Well, quantum allows it to be possible because all things happen at the same time in the regions and in the planes beyond this planet. Time is an illusion, so that therefore the yes or no spread is very, very possible. So we're going to try to answer your question, get it addressed in the form of context at the end of this reading. Make sure you tune into that. It's going to be exciting. We're going to end your reading with a runestone. That'll tie a nice little bow around this project that we call May. Let's get started, guys, shall we? No reason to waste any more time. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. And right now I'm going to bring you in with the overhead view here so you can watch. And I think my phone timed out on me here, so I need to pull that back up. Sure did. And here we go. Now we're ready. Back up you go and back on we go. And we are recording. I do believe, yes. Okay. These are my ritual cuts, Virgo. Now that all the technical difficulties are behind us, now we're moving forward with your spread. Cutting each deck into thirds, putting them back together in a separate order, satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. It is the same procedure for personal private readings, and let's get going with your four corners. I do love the four corners because this is the same spread that I use at the beginning of my 30 and my 60-minute full reading services. Now, it gives me a little snapshot of what is going on in the person's life, a little Polaroid. So up here is work, guys. Work. We do have a person, but they said not the person. We're using energetic definition there. Over here is love. Love corner. Mixed bag. Down here, this is financial. Big theme for finance. I'm going to have to scoot that up, make a little bit of room. And if I do go off the screen at all here, I will move the camera around at the end to make sure you guys see it. I like to share everything with you. All right, so Virgo, we got a person here. I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this corner first, and then we're going to do some extra card work, some discards and what have you. This down here is health. Another person card. And they did say a person. We have double people. And what is this person doing? Doing that. All right. Now I need to do the same thing for this person here. This is a court card. Little discard there. They say not the person. So we're using energy definition here. And we're using personal definition there. So we only have one major arcana set here. And it is in the financial corner. So that one doesn't need an angel card. Nothing else does. Okay, guys, the card work is done. Let me just check the upside down guys here real quick, the inverts. I don't think we have enough to matter. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close, actually. I'm going to do it by story. So those top two are even distribution. We're going to leave those alone. I'm going to do a discard for here and here to see if Spirit wants to upright the entire set. This one they do not, and this one they do not. So Spirit is saying, we are good here, Scott. We are done. Let's just make sure that the great Virgos can see everything very clearly, and we're going to get moving. That again is work. Then we come down here, financial. I like to read those guys together, and we're going to actually save those two for last. So that means we're going to hit your health first, which is there, and your love. Let's do it, Virgo. Let's see what's going on in all of these wonderful corners. All right, Virgo, I am reading with you guys here. As many of you probably already know, I'm a Virgo as well. So let's get some good stuff going here. All right, starting with health, Virgo, they show a person here, and this is a person on a block. So this is not you, more than likely, because this reading is already for you. So they don't need to tell you, and then you again. They're talking about somebody else. So you plus somebody else, perhaps, or just somebody else that has to do with their health. but it affects you, probably because you care about them, probably because you love them. And it is a love corner attachment because I have my Knight of Cups. Cups is the suit of love. So it is a love corner type deal. So this is like a family member, a close friend, somebody extremely close to your heart, something like that. So what is going on with health that they want to bring up this other person? Well, this is showing that they need to get moving down a smoother trajectory. So I don't feel like they're really doing so well for themselves right now. Not about you, but about them. Okay, so you have an influence here though. Otherwise, Spirit would not be bringing this up. So you can help this other person along. Maybe you can pass on some great dietary information, maybe great exercise information, anywhere in between. Hey, maybe somebody's been going through chest pains or something like that. And, hey, maybe you just need to tell them, you should go see a doctor. You should go see somebody about this. So that's really what we're trying to get to here is we're just trying to avoid any kind of hiccups in the road and move this into a smoother, calmer trajectory. Because right now they look like a little opposed to this. So I don't know if they just don't, if going back to the doctor example, if they don't like to go to the doctor, they need a little push, they need a little nudge in the right direction here to get this path straight. And that's what Spirit is doing. They're looking ahead down the path and they're seeing that there are some issues here if this doesn't get addressed. And since it's somebody you love, it's coming up in your reading instead of theirs. Maybe they would have never seen it in theirs or something like that. So it's kind of a way for you to help somebody else. And the same thing actually happened for Aries. Different set of circumstances, but there was a story in the Aries reading. It was a love reading too. That was not about them. It was for them to pass on to somebody else. So that is what's going on here for health, guys. So there's how we start May, guys. How can you help somebody else improve their health? As we move up to love, the infamous love corner, we start with a card that's a little sketch energy here. So it's basically saying eyes open. This doesn't mean that every single Virgo that is in a relationship is being cheated on or doing the cheating on themselves. It just means there's something going on here with your group, your family. There's something that you need to have your eyes open for. And this could even be something external, such as like theft or loss. It is my card of theft or loss. So this could be like, hey, you know what? The family, if you don't lock up, if you don't lock the house, the cars, whatever, maybe something was going to happen in the month of May. So this is a thwart. They're trying to get you to avoid something here again by telling you, hey, eyes open here towards shady people, parking the car in shady places. Hey, let's keep everything locked up. Let's secure your valuables. Don't leave things laying around out in the open. You don't want to leave your computer in the back seat where anybody looking in there can see it and smash the window open. Okay, so that's the energy here. And it's a diverse group because we can be talking about shady people here, or we could just be talking about shady situations, circumstances. Just eyes open. Otherwise, you're not going to pick up on what they're trying to give to you here. There's enough Virgos that this relates to that they're saying, hey, you need to watch this person. Maybe some of you have just, a new person has entered your life romantically, for example. And hey, you know what? Maybe this person is not who they say they are. Maybe there's something else going on there that is bigger behind the curtain. So they want your eyes open. Otherwise you will miss these things. So, and it's also a time where I warn people about being forgetful. You can be very forgetful and lose something, and nobody actually stole it per se, but at the end of the day, you don't have it. So if you leave your purse at a restaurant and you walk away and then it disappears, well, did somebody steal it? Kinda, but not really. Really, you lost it. So it is a good time to not leave things on top of your car and drive off without it, or, just try to not be forgetful as much as possible. That's a really hard one to do, but at the same time, it's coming up for a reason. So you and your family and your loved ones, just keep your eyes open for that kind of energy going on in the month of May. Now, behind that energy, we have really good energy. It's just on a block, and this is the second greatest card in the deck. It's joyous, happy, family, camaraderie energy, and it's on a block. So maybe it's on a block because of the energy that we just talked about, what's right in front of it. So once we kind of get that behind us, which is going to fade off in the month of May at some point, we don't know exactly when, different times for different Virgos, right? But the energy gets very good, and it's just on a block. So as soon as we get the block out of the way, the family corner, the love corner is wide open for Virgo. Second greatest energy out of the 78 tarot cards. It's just on a block right now. So what can you do to unblock it? You probably have a better idea than I would. There's no point in me speculating. You probably know how you can unlock that love corner of yours to make the family dynamic better, to make your relationship better if you're in one, or make your single pursuits improved if that is something you're trying to do. So you unlock this key here yourself. So don't sell yourself short, guys. Let's get into that work and financial corner. I'm going to start with work. finance is the big one, so we'll save that for last. Virgo, for work, we are showing the nurturing of work emotionally. We had very heart ties coming into work. Very interesting way to put it, but they're saying here that a lot of you love what you're doing, or there's some kind of love aspect to work. Maybe some of you guys are meeting some relationship or love type of interests through the workplace, which is actually a pretty common deal. But here they show really nurturing work. So just kind of the vaguer, generic definition here is, hey, you just need to put the energy into work right now. You got to treat it like your kid. You got to mother it. You got to baby it. You got to take care of it. Put the energy into it. You can't neglect it. Long story short. Now what is coming in right behind there is we have a really good energy card, but again, it's on a block. Kind of a recurring theme for Virgo in the month of May. Now right behind that, we have a great trophy case card, successful accomplishment. You guys did it. What'd you do? Something with work here. Work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, entrepreneurship for most people, the JOB. Maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's a raise, something like that. Just right beyond reach, right on the horizon. Coming in, it's showing that it's possibly entering in May, but it's on a kind of, the energy is light. Okay, so it hasn't come full force yet is what they're saying here. So what can you try to accomplish in the work corner? That's the question you should be asking yourself right now, besides your yes or no question, is what you can accomplish with work in the month of May, because the opportunity presents itself as a really good thing once this kind of unlocks. Again, we're putting the power to the Virgos. They're kind of saying, hey, this is your month to control this stuff. It's not saying like, hey, we've had months where the Virgo was just littered with angel cards everywhere. And they were saying, hey, the angels are here helping you. You got help. You got help. Here they're saying about you right here in May. It's about your free will choices, your day-to-day activities. And the energy will probably be more day-to-day in the month of May than just kind of one big deal in the month. So there we go. Now, before I get into your finance, which is the big one, saved it for last, I do want to cut away to tell you about the brand new product in the store, the brand new gemstone in the store, and some moon cycles. Exciting things coming and a free reading. What? Okay, guys, it is moon cycle forecast time, but first I'm going to break order a little bit here because I'm just so excited about the new gemstone in the shop. I got to tell you about it first. I can't wait, and it is citrine. You notice I got citrine here on my work table here, my tarot table. I got raw citrine. I also have a piece of gemstone, tumbled, polished citrine. I love them both so much that I have them both here. But citrine is a must for business, for profession. If you have an office, a place of business, citrine is huge for that. A host of other great things too. Basically, clear quartz under different pressure becomes citrine, and under a different pressure becomes amethyst. So huge high vibration stone there. You're going to see right here the different pictures of the citrine. They are large, just like my piece that's on the table here, the tumbled one, as well as the write-up. The write-up, I'm just going to go over it very quickly because I want you to go to the website and check it out. Check out the full scope of all the great things citrine does for your health, for spiritual health, for metaphysics, the whole lot. It's great for so many things, guys. Worth checking out. ScottSagent.com. While you're at ScottSagent.com, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. We're going to be doing a free reading here very soon. Just, a little bird in my ear here telling you a little bit of advice ahead of time that there is a free reading coming. So if you know anybody interested in free readings, tell them to join the newsletter. Also, the newsletter sign up is free on the website, ScottSagent.com, on the bottom of every single page. So let's talk about that new product on the website. It is a huge one, guys. It is called Telling Time. More than likely, you've seen me do a Telling Time reading for your sign before. It comes up once in a while. Now, last month was huge. I did 4 telling times for the different signs, and they don't come up very much. So that's Spirit's way of saying, hey, you know what, Scott? We got to get telling time out there to the public, to the masses, get them on with this. Now, what is telling time good for? Telling time presents a window of opportunity for you. Within the next year, usually it is set in the future, and it's Spirit's way of saying, hey, this is the best time to do this. So if you have a question with the word when in there, that is what telling time is good for. When should I sell my house? When should I start looking for a new job? When would be a good time for me to find true love? When is a good time for me to start a 401k? When is a telling time deal? That is available right now on the website, ScottSagent.com. I'll show you examples of that too. There's a link on there if you want to see more about telling time. But let's get those moon cycles, guys, because we have what is called a new moon. That is called a black moon coming in the month of May. But the first thing that hits, guys, is on May 5th, and that is our full moon. Most people view my videos right here, beginning of the month, May 1, 2, and 3. And if that's the case, and that's you, you are in that full moon energy right now, guys, and this is the best time in the entire month to get anything out of your life that you don't want there anymore at all, that you got to get rid of. Could be a person. You got to purge some people out of your life, some negativity. Maybe some of you got to sell something, finish up an old project, repurpose something. If it's got to go out of your life, kick a bad habit, doesn't matter what it is, but the full moon energy presents great opportunities to do such things. Adversely, we have that new moon energy that comes in kind of middle to late part of the month, that hits on the 19th, the apex there, but you don't have to do these things on the exact date. There is a flow of the tides going in. The tides coming in, tides coming out, but these are the moon cycles. So here is your new moon energy hitting on the 19th, but pretty much a week around there is the greatest time to bring things in to your life. If you're trying to attract it, you're trying to get a new job, you're trying to bring in new money, you're trying to bring in new love. If the word new is attached to it, new health. New moon. Very easy to remember in that way. It is called the black moon because it's the third new moon in the season. It's a little slang there. It's called the black moon. And of course, the new moon is the absence of the moon, so it makes sense. So that is the moon cycles. What's going on? Brand new products in the shop. I'm very excited about. You guys got to check it all out when you can, when you find time. Make your way over to the website. But let's get back to your reading. Okay, Virgo, here we go. It is financial corner time. The card that we start with is the Tower card. On an invert, that lightens the energy a little bit. It's basically quick change financially for a lot of my Virgos, but this you can kind of see coming. You can kind of see the writing on the wall. So it's quick, but it's not something that totally blindsides you or takes you by surprise. You can kind of see this coming. You knew it was coming, but you didn't know when, or you didn't know when this was going to get straightened out or situated. Well, guess what? It's May. Okay, so that's what we start with. Now, what is this about? Couple different things, couple moving parts. One of them is that there is a new chapter financially coming in for my Virgos that is close. Not in May, but super close. Maybe June. Okay, we're only reading for May, so I can't get that far ahead, but there is a new chapter coming in financially, and I'm assuming this is a positive one. That is just right beyond reach. And it's just, you're almost there. You're almost at that finish line. So Spirit is saying here, Virgo, run the race, keep running, keep moving. And we say keep running, keep moving. And they give us the action card next. So they're saying take action. So keep running, keep moving, keep taking that action. Keep taking the action that you're trying to accomplish with your financial goals, whether it's saving and putting certain amount of money away every month, that action of putting it away, or whether that's action towards making money, towards financial goals. Maybe you're trying to buy a house, maybe you're trying to move, maybe you're trying to buy a car. Whatever it is you're trying to do, keep this action going. We have green light for moving of money, Virgo, in the month of May. So money can be moved very good, but I would just kind of say, watch what you're moving it towards. This has to be about the new chapter. That's kind of the trick here. This can't be about something that's just kind of an offshoot that has nothing to do with that next chapter that you're trying to move into. And this is like a book. If you look at your life like a book, books have chapters in it, and this one is about your financials, so about your money story. Okay, maybe you've just learned this financial lesson the last 6 months. Okay, now are you ready to enter the next chapter? And we're almost there, guys. You're right there. You're right on the brink, right on the precipice. They show claircognizance for your angel oracle card. So pay attention to your thoughts and ideas. Virgos are going to have thoughts and ideas, light bulbing, coming to you in May. This is answered prayers. That's what Spirit says here. So they're basically saying pay attention to the thoughts that occur to you, because maybe they're just not 100% yours. Maybe this is divination, little sparks of ideas, of interest, things that you can improve your finances with, ways to make money, and so forth. And like I always tell people, you're going to miss 100% of the signs if you're not looking for the signs. Just the way it works. Now let's grab that rune stone, guys, before I get into your yes or no. They're already mixed up. I'll give them one more swirl. Got a jumper. Throw him back in here. All right, here we go. Runestone Virgo, May. It's going to be this one right here, and this is a really good one for what we just talked about, because this is the rune of growth. Looks like two very jagged capital letter B, but it's basically growth, and it reminds me of peaks. So growth peaks. But growth in general, this is supposed to kind of go through the entire four corners, but I'm going to focus it the most on the financial corner. What are you trying to grow with your finances? Because the finances were the big deal. This is the big time to focus on it, Virgo, in May. Growth, what you're trying to do, because they're saying here that there's so much opportunity that can be had here. The ideas popping in, that next chapter right on the horizon. What are you trying to grow? What are you trying to build? What are you trying to do financially? Growth in the work corner can be the nurturing of it to grow. That's a slow grow. And then we got growth in the love corner. That can be about unlocking that wonderful energy that's just not unlocked yet. And then growth in the health corner is, growth through helping somebody else, because giving is better than receiving. And Virgos, we are givers. That is something we do care about people very deeply, even though not all of us are the greatest at showing it. We do feel very deeply, and growth there would be helping somebody else get on the right page with their health. So there we go, growth. Very good runestone, guys. Now let's get into your yes or no. I hope you thought of that. I did not use that many cards, so I'm going to run it just the way it is. So here we go. Hope you thought of your yes or no. We're going to do our best, the best that we can, to answer as many as possible. Yes on my left. 3 there. I'm going to do a middle, and I'm going to do 3 on my right for the no's. And also, yes or no is a personal product that is available just for you. So if your question does not get answered here, like I said, Spirit is doing their best to get as many as possible. But if it doesn't get hit, the personal product will. Guaranteed, it'll be all about you, because that's all we're tuning and pulling the energy from. We're here. This is all your Virgo friends here with you guys. So I'm just pulling extra cards because the yes side is very chatty, and that's usually how it goes with these spreads. In fact, I only need 1 card on this side at all. Okay, so let's get going with it. I'm going to start with the no. Here we go. Keep in mind, this is contextual, so it's not going to be specific, but if you asked a question about balancing different areas of your life, something that causes an imbalance, something like that, Spirit could very well be telling you no. And this could also be no, not right now. It doesn't mean no, not ever. Keep that in mind too. So this is balancing usually it's different areas in your life, like balancing the home and work. Will I have time, if you ask will I have time to work a second job and still take care of the family? The Spirit would be saying no, not really. So just giving you one example. So talk about balancing different parts of your life there. The answer is no. Learning lessons. Oh boy. If any of you have asked anything about something that you've really struggled in the past with, like have I overcome blank? The answer is probably no. Not to put you down or to sound like, oh, it's negative. It just means you got more work to do. It's not done yet. It's unsettled, long story short. So there is more lessons to be had there about a lesson that you may be asking about that is, am I done with this? Something like that. We also have coming in here, if anybody asked about a love message later, usually this is about love, family, and friends. The answer could be no. Maybe if you ask like, hey, am I going to travel, in July? Yes or no. They could be saying no, or no, not in July. Okay, so keep in mind that the way that you propose the question is how you're going to get it answered here. But they're showing here either on the no side that this is something happening later. So it's something maybe you're planning now with other people, your friends, something like that, a camaraderie type thing that's fun and enjoyable, a social interaction, but not right now. Okay? Let's get into the yes side. The yes side was very chatty, and if there's something, there is an in-between here between yes or no too. So let me just tell you, if you asked about being guarding and being defensive about something with work, or should I hang back and stick with this job, or should I go after pushing HR to or a lawsuit with my past employer, something like that, where you'd have to take a defensive position, that's kind of coming in limbo between yes or no. Okay, so just certain people ask that probably, but if you did, there you go. On the yes side, we have a person, usually a younger person coming in. So if you ask about a younger person, that answer is probably yes, making me feel like something is broken there. And keep in mind, nothing is ever broken forever from the perspective of Spirit, but for you, some things are not meant to be fixed also. So that's important. Person coming on the yes side, young person. We also have the death card coming in as a yes. Usually that does not mean physical death, unless somebody asks something like that about somebody else who is perhaps deceased. They could be saying yes. Now we also have a very much kind of like inheritance type energy going on there, so that could be about yes, and then also kind of more freeing going on, so there's less constraint there with the death card. So maybe that's about this person having more freedom and mobility. Maybe they were really sick or something like that when they were here or whatever. But the death card I usually read as like a renewal. So if anybody asks about like something that would be like clean slated brand new renewals type things, they would be saying yes here. We also have yes for justice card. So if you asked a legal question, something to do with legal or even karma, that would be coming up as a yes. Usually leaving something behind, moving beyond it, not looking back is the energy that they're saying yes to, as well as successful. And this can be a very successful thing coming up on the yes side. And again, this product is available as a personal product, part of the mini audio reading series on scottsagent.com. If that's something that interests you, available as well with the Runestone reading. Runestone reading is available as well. So that wraps us up, guys, for what has been a very interesting reading for my great Virgos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. I do these every single month, and have a great May.